Brian pitched out into the fairway. And he throws a long putt for 3 that fades out a little bit to the left. He too should be able to make that putt about the same distance as Dustin's, but he'll take a bogey 4.
And as the hat is once again removed for John Dobbs, he lines up his birdie putt, knowing that he could at least get one back here on Peck.
That looked like a pretty good bid, just a little bit short. You should be able to clean that up for an easy 3.
And Van Landen finally gets some dead center basket on that one, and you can tell that he was waiting for that one for a long time as Peck hits yet another basket short.
I'm telling you, I keep speaking too soon, saying people will clean that up easy for pars and bogeys and just jinxing people left and right. Doesn't look like Dustin was feeling any pressure at all to can that putt as he hits right dead center of the chains. Jonathan Dobbs, hat back on the head. Tailwind putt from about 12 feet. No problem. And with that, he will actually pick up 2 strokes on Brian Peck, and he has taken sole possession of second place with 4 holes to play.
As we step up to one of the tougher shots on this course, hole 15, 477 foot straight on downhill, but you got trouble on both sides of the fairway, and you do not want to be in that rough stuff.
Yeah, this is really a great hole. It's, you know, you can go for it and risk going into some deep rough and taking a bogey or a double bogey, play it safe, land in the fairway, and maybe just get off the hole with your 3. Let's see what Jonathan Dobbs does.
And the beast is back out for Jonathan Dobbs. Held it in the bag for a while. I think he was getting the juju up on that one, folks, because that disc is parked.
Yes!
That was a great shot by John Dobbs. Looks like he's got about 20 to 25 for a birdie on this hole, and you don't see many of those.
Not at all.
Ben looks like he's trying to get some extra English on the disc with body language, but, you know, that's fine. He's in the middle of the fairway, leaving himself some distance, but 3's better than a 4.
Indeed. And as Brian Peck steps well off the tee pad, trying to get some oomph on the disc, and he sends it. Oh, might have gotten a little too much on it. Will it come back? I don't believe so, and that is what we were talking about, folks. Do you want to be throwing out a disc out of there? Because I know I don't.
Looks like he tried to give that one a little bit more than usual, turned it over to the right, and it just didn't come back. And Dustin, again playing from some deep bushes, and throws another great outshot. You can tell he's on when he's hitting all these birdies, making all the outshots look easy. Ben puts it under the basket for a 3 as well.
And it appears as though Peck has played out of the woodwork here, so this is going to be a par putt for him. Knows that Dobbs is right there, so this is a big one. And yet leaves it short.
If Dobbs picks up this 2, which he should, he will then take a 4-stroke lead on Brian Peck going into the final 3 holes.
And a fist pump from the leader. I think he knows he's got this one, folks, and he is happy. As Dobbs cleans up that beautiful birdie on hole number 15, 477 feet. Hooey.
And there you have it. Jonathan Dobbs has taken that 4-stroke lead over Brian Peck going into the final 3 holes of this Showcase 18. Hole 16 is a par 3, 351-foot hole. It's playing down to the right today. Jonathan Dobbs coming off that birdie. Throws it a little bit low, but it looks like he's in the middle of the fairway, and that's a perfect spot to be.
Not too shabby.
This is another really nice hole to drive. You've got tough rough on the right and the left. You don't want to miss to either side because it's really going to hinder your chances of getting a 2.
Indeed. As speaking of the devil, Dustin pulled that one right, and he was going into the right, yet the trees said, "No, Dustin, we're going to let you be in the fairway because you're playing such good golf."
Ben, on the other hand, not as fortunate. Looks like he went in there pretty deep. Hopefully he'll have a laying out and be able to salvage a 3 on this hole.
And as Peck rounds up the group, you can tell he's got to go for it on this one. Let's see what he comes up with. The Wraith is out of the bag, so to speak.
Hold up, guys.
Ooh, a little hesitation there on the tee. Yet still manages to get one off. And he follows suit with the rest of the group.
Looks like everybody pulled it over a little bit right there, with Jonathan and Dustin in the fairway, Brian and Ben in the rough. That looks like a pretty good shot, leaving himself probably about 25 feet for a par 3. Dustin with another nice approach, not having to come out of the bushes this time, but putting it right under the basket as usual. Jonathan Dobbs lining up his bid for 2. Just a little bit low. And I saw the tree branches move a little bit. Looks like Ben's shot got knocked down a little bit early there, and he's going to have a longer look than he'd like for a par.
But Ben drills it from the top shelf and finally gets one to stick there for a par.
That was a
Great
really
putt.
nice putt.
Dead center, straight line the whole way. Also known as a can of corn.
Brian, not waiting for Ben to remove his disc from the basket, knocks home his par.
John Dobbs.
John Dobbs, putt for par, cans it no problem. Retains that 4-stroke lead over Brian Peck for sole possession of second place going into the final 2 holes.
And Dustin Honnold is putting an impressive score there on the board. As you'll notice, his unadjusted score there on the left is a -8, which on this course is phenomenal by any means, still with 2 holes left to play. And Dobbs sends one into the trees on the left, but got some love in, and it appears as though he ended up in the fairway.
Not too happy with that shot, though. This is hole number 17. It's 310 feet long on the scorecard, but plays more like 380 to 400 since it's uphill the whole way. Rough on the right and the left sides of the fairway. Dustin Honnold throws a great drive, threading the 2 trees by the basket and leaving himself about 15 to 20 feet for a birdie. Woot.
Easy deuce.
And 1 clap, 2 claps, and he's happy.